Today we're going to learn about writing linear functions. And we've already done a little bit of this, but we're going to put some formal notes to it, talk some vocabulary, and just process once more what we're expected to do. Okay, so this is saying you're going to be given B, which of course is your y-intercept. The M, which is your slope. Let's get a little color going here, shall we? Okay, get some slope. All right, and given graphs. Okay, and the graphs, that's going to be important because from the graph you should be able to figure out the y-intercept and the slope. All right, so hopefully you remember at this point that we have a formula or form of a line called the slope-intercept form. I mention this because they say we're going to be given the slope and the intercept, right? So we need to remember that is y equals mx plus b. Okay, so if we look at the first question here, it says, what is the equation of the line with a slope of 3/5 and a y-intercept of -2? Well, we know slope of means this is our m value. Y-intercept of means this is our b value, so we simply put it together. Y equals 3/5 x plus -2, or, more simplified, y equals 3/5 x minus 2. Ta-da! All right, let's look at another one. What is the equation of the line with 0 slope and a y-intercept of 3? Again, 0 slope, that's our m value. Y-intercept of 3, that's our b value. So y equals 0x plus 3, and then we simplify. Y equals 3. Because 0 times x is 0. All right, let's look at some more questions. What is the equation of the line with an undefined slope and an x-intercept? Oh, that's different. That is not B. X-intercept is not a y-intercept. Okay, so this one looks tricky. Let's see, undefined slope. Well, if I write y equals undefined x plus, that can't be it. That just doesn't make any sense. So let's, no. All right, let's think about this a bit. When it's an undefined slope, we remember we had Slope Dude and he fell off the cliff and he went down the cliff and he said, undefined. Okay, so if that is an undefined, that means that's a vertical line. That's our very, very special case where we don't have a y value. Okay, everything's about the x. So if the x-intercept is -4, that's telling us we have a vertical line going through at -4. Right? If we had a grid. Okay, so our line would be over here at -4. So all we know here is every point on this line has an x value of -4. So the equation is simply x equals -4. All right, so that's writing the equation given the slope and y-intercept, or in this case, given the x-intercept, and figuring out that there isn't a y-intercept and how to deal with that. Okay, next part was to look at some graphs. So what is the equation of the line? Again, we're going to start with our form, y equals mx plus b. And we know the y is going to still be there. The x is still going to be there, the plus. But what's going to keep changing is the m and the b. So we look over here at our graph, and I can see quite nicely it's going through the y-axis here at -2. So that means I have a b value of -2. So I'm going to stick -2 in that spot. Okay, then we need to count slope. Okay, so slope is rise over run between 2 points, and I appear to have another point right there at 1, 1. So we would count up 1, 2, 3 over 1. So 3 over 1. So 3 over 1 is our slope. And it's a positive slope because the line is going up. Okay, so to simplify that, we would simply write y equals 3x minus 2. All right, let's look at another graph. What is the equation of the line? Okay, so again, we start off y equals mx plus b. Because I can see from the graph, it is not my special vertical case. All right, so y is going to still be y, x is still going to be x, but I need an m value and I need a b value. Okay. So I look over here at my graph and I see my y-intercept is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my slope, well, let's see, it seems to be going through all the corners. I'm not going to rise at all, so my slope is 0 over, I just counted 2, 0 over 2. But I know that 0 over 2 is simply 0, so I have 0x plus 7. And then I know that 0 times x is 0, so really simplified version here is y equals 7. All right, let's look at another one. What is the equation of this line? All right, it's not vertical, so I know it could be of the form y equals mx plus b. I need to find out what m is and what b is. So I look at my graph and I count on the y-axis to this point. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be -4. And then my slope, I got to find a point, another point. Let's see, I think here at 1, 2, 3, +4, -6 is my next point. So I'm going to count my rise, my change in y. So that's 1, 2, so 2. And then my run is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2 over 4. And this is a negative slope because it's going down. And if I simplify that, I get y equals -1/2 x. And then simplifying that would be -4. All right, we got one more example to look at. What is the equation of the line? Okay, this is our special case. This is the vertical line. We know from question 3 up above, any vertical lines are going to just be x equals lines. Okay, and x, what does x equal? 1, 2, 3, -3. So x equals -3. All right, now you need to complete Writing Linear Functions 1 worksheet.